Welcome everyone back to our Jurgen Klopp recreation 2012-2013 with Borussia Dortmund. Right, we played a couple of games off camera. We did beat Milan and Stuttgart, which means we have qualified for the Champions League, which means you only missed one game, and we now play Wolfsburg and FC Bayern. Now, one thing to bring to you, which I think is important, we are unable to sign any players right this second because of this right here, where it says sign players under the age of 21 for first team. We actually had signs, I think, Musiala first, which probably wasn't the best idea for this. I didn't realise this was such a problem. They say devastated. So they are blocking any transfer for any player at all at the moment. So it's making it impossible to bring in new players. So I've had to make one transfer that I didn't really want to make, especially this early, but I've had to make it because of this, really. It's made me have to go and spend really big on a first team player that's under the age of 21. So Pedri will be joining us in January from Barcelona. We're going to spend a lot of money on him. So Pedri will be coming in from Barcelona in January. Now, we've spent a lot of money on him, but he's going to be our GOAT's replacement. He's going to be our number 10. That will enable Bellingham to go back into where he was before, playing as the Gundogan type of role, and then Bissouma will move across into the Sven Bender role, and Jamal Musiala will stay where he is as our Marco Reus. Now, I didn't want to spend that much money on a player early on, but we had to. It's basically 70 million. There's like an extra, I think, 15 once he plays 50 matches. So that won't happen for over a year, maybe a year and a half. So still quite a long way for that to come out. So it's basically a 70 million transfer. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be selling him. So there's no release clause, 5-year contract. So he's pretty well locked down. Like, I know that Kylian Mbappe's contract is set to expire in January, and you can get on a free transfer. We probably could, because the amount of wages we're going to have left to spend, we probably could get him. I'm not going to get Mbappe because, I mean, the closest player I could resemble him to is probably Reus on that left-hand side coming in, but I just think that wasn't really, like, Dortmund did not have the best player in the world in that time, right, did they? So Lewandowski turned out to be one of the best strikers in the world, but, you know, so I don't know, I just don't feel like it's right for this save, and I don't know how you think and how you feel about that, but I just think that getting Mbappe isn't quite right. But I have to get Pedri, I have to get somebody in the age of 21, otherwise we cannot buy another player until the next summer. And I've already sold the players under the assumption I could bring somebody in. So as I'm selling him, and not only are we going to sell the players we've already sold, but I've also now sold Kerem as well. He's about to be sold for like 8.5 million. He's improving pretty well. He's looking quite good, but he's playing awfully. And what that does, it sort of just gives us strength and depth in the middle now, where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and coming in Pedri is 5. That's 5 players that can all play in the centre, but also potentially 3 of them could play on the left. And so Maximan's the only winger. And I'd love to sell Malin and bring in even like Moukoko isn't good enough at the moment. I mean, his stats look okay. His attributes look okay, but he just doesn't seem to play well. He's not very good in the air, which doesn't really help. So I would ideally like to still sign 1 centre-back and 1 either winger or striker. That's probably all I need, and I'm happy with the rest. So we'll see how things go. We've still got 25 million left to spend, and we're going to have still about, 300 grand left in wages. We've still got room to manoeuvre, and that's before we even sell Kerem. So we'll see how things go there. But that's just keeping you up to date with the transfer side of things. Right, now getting into this then. 2 really important matches here. We've got our first team available. Tactically, now against Milan, I did actually start with it on high and high, and it did okay in terms of we didn't concede, but there were so many near opportunities for them to score on key highlights. And when I switched to this, we ended up winning the game. Well, we actually scored before, but I switched to this. So we're going to go with much higher, but no offside trap, no tight marking, and we're going to keep the centre-backs on close down less and see how that looks for this first game against Wolfsburg. We may not win the league this year because of this testing, which I think we need to be prepared for, because it's going to cost us, I think, a little bit, just the wrong tweak at the wrong time. So we have to accept that, but I'm sort of trying to build myself up for when we drop points in this episode, and I'm going to be devastated about it because we are, only 3 points behind? Well, 6, but with the game in hand, which is this game. So if we can win this, it'll be 3 points going into the Bayern game. We're going to play both games on extended, I think, or at least this. We might do it the way around. We might do this game on key and extended, and the second one then not extended or on comprehensive. And the assistant manager says, we're on a good run, keep it going. And we are underway. Musiala to Lodi. Lodi has on the left-hand side. It's on extended, by the way, just to start off with, and it's going to be a corner straight away for Borussia Dortmund. Whipped in by St. Maximan. Headed away, and that's probably the end of the highlight. Bissouma has it, St. Maximan. Daoud. Yep, keepers. Andrew to Bellingham, to Erling Haaland, to Baku, who's I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's happened to the right-hand side here, but St. Maximan. I mean, I have noticed the right wing has been basically useless. There's a tweak I was thinking about, which I haven't done yet. I'm going to take Underlap off. Now, the reason is, I don't need him as high as early as the left-back, right? I just don't. and he needs to be slightly further forward. So I'm going to go with that and see if that sort of tweaks it. If I go back and put Underlap back on, what's his mentality? Attacking. Okay, let's do that, because if we take that off, that puts him to very attacking. So maybe he'll be getting forwards and dribbling more, be more effective. Let's see. Back has it Daoud, plays it into Renan Lodi, overlap on the left-hand side, plays it into Daoud, across to Bissouma. Bissouma has it. Oh, it was a bit calamitous. I think St. Maximin actually caused the problem with his run, and it's going to be cleared away for a corner, and that's going to be the end of the highlight. What a shame. Corner, Phil Dortmund whipped in. St. Maximin, and it's in! Marin scores, makes it 1-0 to Borussia Dortmund, and we get a cheap goal, but we need that 1-0. Been a good start statistically here, hasn't it, for us? I think it was before the St. Maximin change as well, the right winger change. So, what's happened here to the defence, by the way? Let's just see this again. The back four's there. Then he goes in. It looks awful, doesn't it, when he goes in and presses. And he doesn't get back. He just stays and marks him. Jesus Christ, man. So Maximin to Akanji. Go on, play him. So Maximin wanted that. Okay, now he does. Baku, Bissouma, across Musiala. I think they played that across goal, didn't they? Or did they give it away to us? I'm not sure. But 2-0 to Borussia Dortmund. He's tried to turn on it. Nice, 2-0. We're able to press the ball early. They get in behind just. Marin gets to it. Lodi, Musiala to Bellingham. Bellingham to Erling Haaland. Sure, he's got to finish it. What a performance. This is from Dortmund 3-0. They did win 5-0 Bayern Munich going into our game next. So we did need to match it with a good performance. Yeah, I'm liking this at the moment. This is good. Our left-hand side is working really well, like the way I expected it to. And it's just getting in that... the left-hand side seems to have improved. And it's... I don't know if it's because the right-hand side's now a bit different, whether it's balanced out the tactic a little more. Back up. Oh, it's nearly a goal. I'm happy with the number of shots. Keep it up. Let's take Erling Haaland off, put Moukoko on. As we score from a set piece, maybe. Make it 4-0. Yep, 4-0. Lodi throws it to Bellingham, gets it back, and we travel up the left-hand side to Malin. Malin gets it, goes inside like a Royce. That's good. Oh, he's giving it away. Reina, Daoud, Reina. St. Maximin to Baku. Pizashek. Blaszczykowski. Oh, unlucky lads. Oh, the highlight's going to continue. They clear it away. We get it straight back. Bellingham. St. Maximin finds nobody. It was close. I like the way that when we start getting towards the box, the wingers go in and they try and get through those half spaces. I like that. That's exactly what we're looking for. I think that's offside, and it was a bit fortunate. Oh, it's a goal. I just want to see what actually happened here. So Reina gets, I think he plays it in the air. Or somebody plays it in the air to, yeah. I mean, 5-0. Best performance of the season so far, I'd say, considering the stats, the opposition, the scoreline. Like, we've been really good in possession. We've created good chances, got good expected goals. We've got low XG against us, and we played pretty well defensively, I think. It's been a pretty good all-rounded performance from us. Maximin has it on the right-hand side, goes across, plays it across, Scott Moukoko, nearly scores. And Lodi to Bellingham, to Malin to Daoud, to Bellingham. Plays it early in behind to Blaszczykowski, doesn't quite get there. We're going to press early, though. They've got nowhere to go. Good. Win the second one. Wait, I got to try and win that second one. We win it back. We just look all of a sudden good defensively, making interceptions and tackles and everything. It's very unusual. He gets it. Bellingham, Moukoko, Reina to Lodi, left-hand side, whip it in. Is he going to whip it in? He does. I plays it across. Oh, what a beautiful goal. 6-0. And there we have it. 6-0 to Borussia Dortmund. What win that was. And like I said, we needed that because Bayern Munich won 5-0.
I don't know that one.
I don't know if you heard that in the background. Like I said, we needed to win that because Bayern Munich did win 5-0 in their game. So they're going to have a lot of fun morale going into this game we play against them. But we just won 6. So that was important. That was by far the best performance of the season. I'm really happy with that. Tactics looking good. And it's looking more and more realistic as we go. And if we can consider this at least partially fixed, what we're seeing here, we can start to focus on this a little bit. And we've started to look at that. I don't know, St. Maximin looked a lot better, didn't he? The right winger role looked a lot better in that game. And we'll see if it continues on for the next one. And yeah, I don't know. I was quite happy with that. I'll tick that. Because that does reduce his mentality as well. So it makes him slightly better defensively, makes him slightly better going forwards. And I don't know. We'll see how things go in the next one. I'll see you in a second for the Bayern Munich game. Here we go then. Biggest game of the series so far. Bayern Munich at home. Let's get into it. We have most everybody fit and available to play except for left back Lodi. So then Chimikas comes into play as our first choice left back. Apart from that, we're pretty much fully fit. And after that last performance, I hope we do well. But they did also play well in their game. So it's a clash of two teams that are playing well and both in form. Leipzig just dropped points. And because they're ahead of us and they've dropped points, that normally indicates we're going to drop points. Assistant manager says, carry on from your last match. They're playing a 4-2-3-1. I just saw Muller playing as a 10. That's all I got the chance to see. It's gone straight into a highlight. Akanji to Daud. We're playing on extended temporarily here. Milan to Akanji. The reason is that the tactic worked last game. And I'm sort of like, it's more about just us playing an important match rather than us looking to tweak anything. I'm not going to try and tweak and reinvent the wheel in this match against Bayern Munich. It's quite an important game. They're in for Bayern. They go on the left-hand side. They cut it across. Muller gets to it. And they shoot from distance and it's wide. Goal kick for Munich. They play out to the left-hand side. Oh, they're right-hand side, our left. We nearly got to that. Gnabry plays it back into Nianzou. Come on, pressure early on the ball. Come on, Bellingham. That's it. It's gone Erling Haaland. He's got the left-hand side. Play it across. Erling Haaland. Bellingham. Oh, what are you doing, Jude? Free kick for Bayern. They play out short. We're going to press them. We need our Jude Bellingham to come and get involved in the back line. Stop pressing the midfielders. They go long. Got to win the second. We do. Jude Bellingham gets onto it. Goes wide with the ball, though. A bit too wide. Basuma gets it. Plays it across. That wasn't good. Daud. Good lads. Bellingham. Musiala. Nope. On the counter-attack now. Do Bayern go. And, oh no, Kingsley Coman has it on the left-hand side. Plays it across. Basuma wins it. It's just counter-attacking. This is proper. I love this. This is Dortmund versus Bayern at its best. Oh, no. Erling Haaland, what a chance. Going to be a Bayern corner. Whipped in. Like, we've got a chance to beat him. We're playing all right. And they've also got Nkunku playing, who is not the best player. He's all right. He's not great, though. They could have had much better players than that. So I think this is a chance for us to get a result. They've still got a good team out, but it could still be better than it is. And with the free kick, they're getting all the highlights at the moment. We're not really creating anything. Neuer plays it short to Nianzou. They play it short to Kimmich. They play through us quite easily. Can Jude Bellingham help us get pressure on the ball up higher? Nkunku has it. On the left-hand side, he's going to cross it. And he crosses it far post. Gnabry, Köpel saves. We are under pressure in this game right now. Oh, and it's in. It's gone in from a corner. It's Lewandowski as well. I don't believe it. Got in. Bayern play long with Neuer. After we pressed him, Baku gets it, plays it into Basuma, play across goal. So Maximan Musiala, no, come on. The last highlight for the half. Haaland's doing a one-man press because Bellingham's not helping him out. Lewandowski, what sort of defending is that? Oh, I'll come in pressure. Please, Lewandowski, do what you want with it. Do whatever I think the tactical change to the right-hand side only helped for one game. It worked out well for that one-off match against Wolfsburg. Let's make one change to the tactic. We'll put overlap back on. Because I think it affects the box midfielder a little bit. I feel like it does, the way that it just sort of affects all this right-hand side. So, same team. I don't know where our change is going to come from to get us back into the game. Basuma maybe has to... Oh, no, Daud would come off, probably. We have to move everybody across one, but I don't know which player would come on to help us win this. Oh, what is that? So it's going to be that, definitely. I guess Reina comes in as a box-to-boxer. We try Marco Reus. I got the Reina, to be honest. I'm going to bring Reina on as a box-to-boxer. We'll just do that for now. If we're still losing after like 65, 67 minutes, we're going to have to go for this because we have to try and win the home game. Highlight here for Bayern. They have the ball on the left-hand side. We're going to try and press them early. We need to get pressure on the ball. We need to have pressure on the ball. Keeper's going to get in, clear it. Second ball there for us. No. Probably going to be a Bayern highlight by the looks of it. Yeah, it can't get any pressure on the ball. Musiala, Haaland, Malen. Musiala. Shimikas. Basuma. Musiala's onside. Plays it across. No. I'm going to take Backy off and put on St. Juice just to have a bit of freshness on the overlaps from the right back. Milan plays it to Basuma. Basuma to Haaland. To Reina. Reina to Musiala. Oh no, it was nearly so good. St. Juice throws it into St. Maximan. Dribbles with it all the way through. Erling Haaland, if he's onside, it should be a goal. No, what are you doing, Erling? Shimikas, Musiala, Basuma, Shimikas, Reina, Malen. Saved. Frustrating it is, we're going to have better players. Eventually we'll get there and we'll start winning these games. It's just like Malen goes through misses. Like, we're creating the right opportunities. The players aren't good enough this season. We look at the stats. Like, tactically, we battered them in this match. We don't deserve to be losing this game. Hardly conceded any chances. Reina, Basuma, Shimikas, Basuma, Milan, Shimikas still, Basuma. Oh, hit on the counter. Sane boxes it. Lewandowski goal. Well, the best thing you could do is just injured Lewandowski for the season. That'd be great. Bayern are going to play out from the back. And they go long. And they still get there. Roca gets it, Sane. That isn't even a good Bayern team and they've smashed us. So proud of your efforts. The title's gone. And the reason the title's gone is it's 6 points now. And that means we'd have to hope that they lose 2 different games against 2 different teams before we play them next, and then we'd have to hope that we avoid defeat away to them. I do think we're better defensively, much better defensively. I do think we need to be better with our right-hand side. Like our left-hand side, apart from him staying slightly too wide, it still creates a good number of chances, like a lot of crosses and assists come from him, and he scores and gets a lot of assists. This side just does not do well. So we could change. I mean, St. Maximin's got 10 assists. Okay, he's got 10 assists, but he takes corners. So how many corners have we scored in the league anyway? 6. So Maximin's probably scored at least 4 of his assists have been from corners. So he's probably got around 6. So Musiala's only got 4, but he scored 10. And St. Maximin hasn't scored at all. So that's definitely a problem. He does not get aggressive enough. And what do you do with that? Because he occupies the space wide for him to break into. So the team width could come down 1, keep everything as it is, take stay wider off of him. I can't make him an attack duty. You can't have all 4 players on attack, I don't think. I can make him winger support as well. So there's a few options. So we basically got the rest of the season. I think this looked a lot better, to be honest with you. I think we've got the rest of the season to sort of figure out a way to sort of tweak him to make him slightly more realistic, if we can, and to fix this area here. Because what's Baku on for assists? He's okay for assists. So I don't mind this role. It's doing okay. It's this one here is obviously the one that's a problem because he's not really doing anything in the match. So we need to figure out a solution for that. But we know we're looking. And I don't know if we can bring in any players. If we can, it definitely won't be until Pedri joins and this actually changes, because it won't change until he actually joins the club. So we're sort of stuck where we are. Now, in terms of where we come back, the January transfer window, there's a winter break in Germany, so this is the next best thing. Eintracht Frankfurt at 8th and then Freiburg at 4th. So that's 2 good games to come back for. That'll be right after the transfer window opens. So we'll get our new players in, our existing players will be gone, and it'll be a good chance to come back and just sort of review. And I think then the time after that we'll come back for probably Leverkusen, Union Berlin, just to go over the transfers that we've made, if we made any more. And then we'll start looking at, I guess, matching up league matches with the Champions League. What's nice about the Bundesliga, there is only 34 matches because there's only 18 teams. So it's not quite as long as the Premier League. Get you 4 games less. They're a lot more spread. The big difference is it just feels a lot less congested here. So I think that's the big positive for us. 3 matches in March as international break. But yeah, it just looks a lot less chaotic. So we'll see how things go up until that point. But yeah, that's going to be the episode. Hope you're enjoying the series. And yeah, it's a bit disappointing, but you know, it's a nice challenge for us. It's just a shame that they won't drop. They've drawn a few, but they won't lose, and they don't ever concede. It'll make when we finally get them all the sweeter. Like, we've got to be better defensively. I think we have been since we switched to this new system. We've sort of tweaked towards it against Milan. Clean sheet. I mean, we conceded 3 in that match, but 2 of them when we were chasing the game on 4-2-4, we were just going for the game. So we only conceded 1. And the XG up until that point, I think, was like 0.6, I think, for them. And then we finished on that after we were just going for it. So I do think we are firmly in the right direction in terms of defenders, in terms of our defensive setup. I think just a better centre-back. Like, these 2 are like twins. Like, they're very similar. They're both like 6'2", both quite quick, not the absolute best on concentration and position and that kind of stuff. So we want some better, proper centre-backs in there. So we'll have a look who's around. Hopefully I don't be forced to buy a monster centre-back that's under the age of 21 and costs me like £200 million. So we'll see. But I think, do you know what, for now, I might even take Marin. I keep calling him Milan, I think, because I keep thinking of Skriniar. I'm going to take Marin out and put St. Just in there, just to give us something different at centre-back for now. Those 2 are just not, I don't like them together. They're pissing me off. One of them seems to always have a bad game. His agility, although he's quick, his agility is pretty poor. But anyway, that's going to do the episode. Hope you're enjoying the series still. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.